freaking out. I'm freaking back. You know why? I'm freaking out because Tommy Merlin is back. Oliver is on trial, and this episode is serving law and order realness. Bump, bump. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I just feel like I'm in trouble.
You are.
Yeah. I don't want to.
This is New York, guy. This is New York.
You can't really dance to this.
Where's the clarinet? Is it a clarinet that comes in later?
The saxophone.
The saxophone. Yeah. I love Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah, she's
I love
in it
the show.
too. Olivia, no big deal.
Her
Yeah.
parents are famous.
Yeah. Can't remember from what, but they are.
Yeah, her mom is
Bum.
like crazy famous.
Yeah.
Tell us in the chat, they'll know.
Yeah.
They're just
already
bumping
know.
with
We're
us.
They're bump. I love our chat. We have the best chat in the whole AfterBuzz world. Sorry, everybody, but
Yeah.
we do.
It's true.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Welcome, everybody, to the Arrow After Show. This is Season 6, Episode 21, docket 11/19/41/73. We are
Nailed it.
so glad that y'all are here. And we've got... Well, it's a good episode. I like this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, it's really
so
good.
we
Yeah.
talk a lot. We've got some news coming up today, some things that Oliver has tweeted. We're going to tell you the real secret behind the docket number, name of the episode. I mean, we've got fun facts coming up for you later.
Everywhere.
But now let's introduce ourselves and get into this. Linda.
Hi guys, Linda Antwi, and yeah, I like this episode. I like the law and order of it all. It was good.
Yes, Carolina.
Hey guys, Carolina Bonetti. I loved it, and I'm so glad that the Renee and Oliver beef. Thank you has been
Squash.
Yes.
Yes, it's over. Hi guys, Olivia deBortoli, and I'm so happy that we got to see Christopher Chance. He was always one of the cool ones for me. I loved seeing him.
He was cool.
Yeah.
He does good brooding face.
He does.
Right?
Yeah.
Good for you, Christopher.
He can do
I love
any
that he was
face,
like,
you know?
Please don't
Yeah.
need me for
Do
another
anything.
year.
That's true. Yeah, don't use me for another year. But I'm at Marr. I was about to say you can use me every year, but that sounded bad. But you know what I mean? I'm happy to be here. This is a great episode. It was a nice change in pace, and I'm looking forward to some action next week, and I think we're going to get it. So let's just jump right into this. So, I mean, normally we talk about there's kind of like, you know, this storyline, a B storyline, a C storyline. And this episode, it really kind of is the trial and then probably Diaz and Black Canary and that kind of. So let's just jump right in. I say to the trial, right?
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much most of, if not all, the episode.
It was a really chronological episode. Like, I feel like you can't really pick out a point and talk about it without going in order.
Yeah.
That's kind of true.
Which is-
Because it was,
Which is very rare for Arrow. Usually, you know, we jump around all over the place, and we have flashbacks and flash forwards and stuff. And this time it was just like, this is what's happening. That's
It was very law and order.
It was. We like, hence the music thing.
I just want to say hi to the guys in the chat.
Yes.
Hi,
chat.
Just a fan fave. Hey, Xavier Jones. Hi, Ivan. Hello,
Hi,
Ivan.
Ivan.
Always. And Lisa Yasko. Hey, Matt has to be happy about BS Redemption coming.
What about BS?
Black
Black
Siren.
Siren.
Oh, Black Siren. Oh, yes.
We'll talk
yes,
about
I
it.
am. Yes, I am. I love it. I feel like Ivan's my AfterBuzz boyfriend. I don't know his life, but I feel like he is. I love him so much. Ivan, you probably have a girlfriend. It's fine. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I always like to see it. You know what? Because he tells the truth. That's what I like about Ivan. Linda's already broken up, everybody.
She's already dying.
The tears are almost coming
So,
already.
I say let's-
Tears gush so easily.
Let's talk. First of all, I really was super excited. I don't know if any of y'all watch, but I feel like I'm one of the two people that's still watching Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really like that show still. And the guest actress, the woman who played the defense attorney, her name is Catherine Dent, but she's General Hell on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she's really good on that show this season. So I was excited immediately, like when they started the episode, and then they started talking about this Van Owen attorney, and then we saw her picture, and it was her. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's like
she's
a good
good.
actress.
Yeah.
It's going to be like good trial scenes.
Yeah.
So
Wait, I have a question on a side note. Now that Disney bought Fox, can they finally call the people on S.H.I.E.L.D. mutants? That, like,
that's a
taboo
whole
being,
other
like-
after show. It's a whole other thing, and it's still not finalized yet. But the goal would be that I don't think Spider-Man would because he's under Sony, but like all the X-Men and everything would
No,
be
they
able
got
to.
the Spider-Man rights,
Well,
too.
that's a good agreement, but they would. But if they bought it, then basically they're buying all of Fox except for the News Corporation part.
Yeah, because then that's
So
a non-compete clause.
then Disney would. Then Wolverine was originally he was an Avenger. so Wolverine would be able to be an Avenger. And
Oh, wow.
Dr.
Yeah,
Doom, by
that's
some, is
cool.
considered the most.
Our systems detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
I just got served. That was not my fault. That was Carolina's fault.
But I thought it was
That's
gonna be-
Carolina's fault.
I thought it was going to be a succinct
You know what?
answer.
If you want to know the
yes,
answer to
no.
this, tweet me at Marr, and I'll answer it for you. That's the best thing. I'm done.
Bye, guys.
Done. That's the best thing in the world. All right.
Anyway,
that was so good.
Tony in the booth is serving some
Oh
afternoon.
my gosh, that was the
So-
best thing ever. Well, can we talk about
Yeah,
the
let's talk
docket?
about it. Yes.
Let's talk about the docket number before we actually move into the
Okay,
trial.
sure.
So that 11/19/41/73 was actually not random.
Uh-huh.
And I know that you were saying, oh, that's not how you actually list a docket
Yeah.
number. The numbers in the title are rooted in Green Arrow's comic history by referencing the character's first appearance in More Fun Comics. So it was number 73, published in November of 1941. So that's where the 11/19/41/73 comes from. His
When
original.
they do stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
His original.
There we go.
There.
First
There.
appearance
Fun
in
fact.
There you
Yeah.
go. I love that
That's an
everybody
Easter
just
egg,
said SHIT. That was epic.
Yeah.
Sorry. So, Tony, you're getting props in the chat. All right. So, we're in this. Let's see, who's the first to testify? We're basically, well, first of all, there's this whole conversation with the newbies of do they lie or do they, which was interesting. It was a way to this was not the way I thought the team was going to be brought together. Did y'all think that?
Not at
No.
all. I was actually so surprised to see them all on board with Oliver and being so behind him and on his back about this. I was like, wow.
But were they really behind him?
No.
Because they made the joke that, oh, well, we were subpoenaed, so that's why we're here.
But Renee still he still went back with his daughter because obviously his daughter's being threatened. But he was still, he made the effort, and in the end, obviously he saved Oliver. So I think it was good on them. I know I'm on an island here by myself.
I'm on the island with you.
Okay, yay.
I agree.
I'm not on the island because he's
So
the
it's
one.
this table gets-
He's the reason why Oliver was in this situation, right? So, yeah, you saved him, but you're the reason why he was there.
But he knew that. And he's trying to make amends for it. I don't like them. I still don't like them. I'm just saying they did better this episode.
Why did she have her finger
I
up
don't
at you
know.
so hard?
She's
I don't
so
know.
ready.
She's really
Because
upset.
I'm
Go ahead.
so ready. I love you, girl, but no. So first of all, Felicity walks up to them and is like, "Thank you so much for supporting us." And he's like, "Oh well, I mean, we were subpoenaed."
It was a
So
joke.
they're-
That was a joke.
He low-key meant it.
He was-
And because they talked about it together and they're like, well, we have to go. But none of them were actually talking about wanting to save Oliver. They were really talking about not wanting to out themselves as vigilantes and not wanting him to go to jail because then that puts them in a precarious position.
Yeah, well, actually,
It wasn't for Oliver.
Cullen Prime and Ivan, both on my team. Thank you. Oh, and Blob 989.
Okay, well,
You know
I'll be
what?
over here on my island of no faith.
Well, it was
it's true.
impressive because I think the reason why I was impressed with it is that Renee is emotional.
Yeah.
And Renee is not always logical. And so Renee, he's the bull in the china cabinet, He's Mad Dog or Wild Dog.
Wild
Wild
Dog.
Dog. So Mad Dog's a whole other topic, and we're not going to go there. But Wild Dog,
You'll get-
yeah.
You already
I'll
been
get
chopped.
the music, yeah. But he's shooting. You know what I mean? He literally emotionally is what his character is.
Yeah.
So for him to, he's not necessarily the most thoughtful person.
No.
So that's what surprised me about it is that and then they got me again at the end when they're like, well, whose idea it was to get you out of, to use Tommy Murray, to get you out of the situation. It was Renee's. I was like, oh,
The
color me
end was really
impressed.
good.
I was just impressed that Renee was that thoughtful.
I was impressed too. Again, I'm not huge fans of theirs. I think that they should be gone. But
I think
was-
he's gonna die still.
Like
Exactly.
thoughtful, like he came up with that idea, or thoughtful, like, oh, you're being so thoughtful towards Oliver.
I think that all of it. I think that the fact that he calmed himself to think of that idea, the fact that he was so thoughtful towards Oliver,
That's
and the
fair.
thing he said at the end when he was like, I was protecting my kid, knowing that you could lose yours.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so but he didn't actually say I was wrong. He
No.
didn't apologize. That's what I liked about it. It was still Renee.
Yeah, it was still
He was
Renee.
just saying I really feel like I owed you one, but that's why he didn't apologize. I don't know.
Yeah.
He did owe him one, and I was really happy at how it ended.
Yeah.
I just never really thought that he was doing anything outside of saving his own back for his own kids' interests.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but he's a very selfish character, and he hasn't really
is.
changed, and that's why I'm not the biggest fan of him.
I think he was fine this episode, but
He was, yeah.
he's coming
I like
around.
the end. I did say I did
He's gonna
like the
die.
end.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
I'm just telling you, he's gonna die. So I like how Dinah gets up to testify. Let's just go through all of your favorite people, everybody.
Right.
She loves so much. So Dinah gets up to testify. She was like, I'm not gonna plead the fifth. I'm not gonna plead the fifth. And she was like that
The
kid
fifth.
who says, I won't lie. And then it's like, Mommy,
I plead
I
the
plead the
fifth.
fifth.
Yeah, that was funny.
Dinah.
Well, I knew she was going to plead the fifth the moment she got up there. She wasn't going to embroil herself, as she wasn't definitely not going to help Oliver.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I'll help him if it's not hard.
Yeah.
And of course it's going to be hard. They're going to grill you because everybody is in Homeboy's back pocket. And by Homeboy, I mean Diaz.
yeah. Yeah, by Diaz.
Yeah.
Now, so we're going to talk about Felicity.
Yay.
But I want to just mention one thing before we start that. I want to talk a little bit about Maria Menounos, if we could. Can we do that?
We can do that. And I'm glad you set it up so easily for me this week.
You know, I tried. I didn't try to make you laugh before.
Yeah, and I think it's because I wasn't paying attention. So now I'm set.
That's it. Okay.
Want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life? For those of you who do, have we got the podcast for you? Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition, is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of life. From health and wellness to career, relationships, finance, and more, let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that it was us from the Arrow panel that sent you. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out.
Yay.
Check it out. Yay.
really good.
It is good.
Yeah,
And this
she's-
was good too. I'm sorry. I'm back from this episode. I'm so Felicity.
Felicity was amazing.
She wins everything. I'm so glad I'm wearing my smoke shirt today.
Can we show it off a
Yeah.
little bit?
'cause
Look at
it's
his
super,
smoke.
smoke.
it's super
Here.
cool.
It's a smoke. There we go.
Industries.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Oh boy, that hurt sucking that in. I was like, I feel like Jabba the Hutt in the t-shirt getting a. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
Nah,
not
I don't know what
joking.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
You sucked it in. You lost 10 pounds. You look great.
thank
You were like,
you.
oh, but you look great anyways.
Well, Felicity looked great on the
Oh my
stand.
gosh, her outfit. Can we
She
talk
looked-
about her outfit?
She looked beautiful.
That
Dress
that
really
beige
good.
thing? I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
dang,
gorgeous.
I want that.
Yeah,
You know
it
what
was
I
pretty.
loved about Felicity's testimony is that everybody else got thrown or kind of caved, and it just shows why Felicity and Oliver are just ride or die.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even when she kind of tried to throw Felicity, she was like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sticking by my husband.
Yep.
I got this.
Yep.
Bam.
And she had the facts too. She was
Yeah.
like, these are the reasons and these are the technical terms
Yeah.
why it's not. And I was like, dang, girl.
Yeah.
But what I really love the most is when she tried to throw shade on her with her father and being like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, the calculator, and you didn't see that coming. And Felicity was going to say, no, he never raised me. He left. And she cut her off and she kept talking. And then she brought it back around to her activities as Oracle. And she's like, I'd like to see you try and prove that. I was like,
Yeah.
yes,
Girl.
That was
yes, you let her know.
guess-
I will take you down.
Yeah.
That's what
She will.
Felicity said.
good. It's what
She was like,
said.
try. I will erase your history. You
Yeah.
want a 0 as a credit score? Done.
I know. She was
zero as
she
a
was-
credit score.
She would have
That's
done
I'll
that
take
too.
it all the way
That is,
there.
that's some scary stuff right
Right.
there.
Oh, look at that
Are the
70.
the chat
Lisa
joined?
says it's a $500 dress, so never mind.
Oh,
Ooh.
Getting on it.
wow. Look at
eBay has
that.
good deals.
eBay does have good deals.
She held it together.
Wait,
It's
how
true.
do you know that in the chat? I have questions.
They know everything.
everything.
They know
They are
everything.
Felicity.
They are.
They will,
Yeah.
Don't ruin my credit
There
score.
are
Please.
Felicities.
I need
They
to
know
get another
everything.
car. So Felicity testifies, and then someone makes an entrance.
That entrance was fire.
That
It was
That
fire. Like
That was better than Barbara Streisand and Funny
Listen.
Girl. And that is gay
It
that
was
I said
like
that. But that's how much better it was.
Well,
It was
I was
good.
like, that was pretty like
Yeah.
badass.
It was. Tommy Merlin is back!
Ish.
Ish.
I'm not gonna be a lie. They were there.
Yeah.
I got real excited, and then I totally didn't. Did y'all think it was gonna be someone? I thought this was Tommy Merlin.
You
That's
did?
Same.
No.
I thought it was
did
going
it?
to be Tommy. I didn't realize it was going to be.
So
I didn't think they
real
would bring
excited,
him
y'all.
back for one episode, and and then what? You know what I mean? Like,
Goes back
you
to
had
the
your doubts?
Lazarus
I had my
pit.
doubts that it was
Okay.
Tommy, because they can do anything nowadays. You know,
Well, I forgot Rubberface guy or whatever his name was.
Chance.
Christopher Chance.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Target.
him.
Rubber face.
Rubber
guy.
face.
What
What
is
is that?
He's like, and then
He's like the coolest.
He's like, no, I'm Olivia deBortoli. Can't take this. Yeah, Olivia, I love when you do that. That's why. That's what. No.
You wow, Olivia, is that how you turn into yourself every morning?
No, when you do that voice, I love your voice. I'm not. I'm
sound like
supporting
that.
Olivia.
I'm still stuck on rubber face guy. Like that's
No, but I'm just
all over.
trying to process it. Tommy's So okay, but it was good. Great to see that actor.
Yeah.
He looks great.
He does.
It was just.
It was too short.
It was too short.
Yeah.
It was like. It was like a spring day, and then it rains again for a week.
People in the chat knew. Renji says, I knew it was Human Target. Panel, do you think
Renji's
Human
smart.
Target should go ahead and make him an official member of Team Arrow next season? He's not going to do that.
No,
he's
he's
just
not
going to
gonna do
always
it.
come
It'd
in
be
and
too
save
easy.
the day.
It'd be too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. Too easy.
Tommy was so sassy on the stand, and I loved it.
He was.
He was.
He was
He was.
sassafras.
yeah.
So Tommy makes his entrance. Renee's behind it all apparently, and then we get Laurel Black Siren's testimony.
I
And
knew it.
So you knew
You
it.
knew it.
You knew it.
Yes, because they kept doing the scene where she kept looking at her dad, well, her not dad,
Mm-hmm.
and so she kept looking at him and then talking and looking at him, and I was like, she's not gonna rat him out. She's not.
Now, did you think that? Let's talk a little about Laurel and Quentin. Did you think that that she wasn't? Because honestly, I feel like this episode was her episode.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though I think Oliver was in it more,
Yeah.
just like the emotional beats of the show were her episode.
Yeah.
And for once, it's somebody who's been like, I want Black Siren to be Black Siren. I don't want her to be the new Black Canary. Like, I don't want any of that. This is the very first time I was like, well, maybe, but I still don't.
Yeah.
But it made me have some empathy
Some feeling.
for that character. What did y'all think?
I loved it. I mean, I like you said, this was really her episode. Like, it was technically Oliver's episode, but she finally stood up to him. I knew that she was going to turn around eventually. I knew she was going to be good. She finally stood up to Diaz.
I didn't.
Really?
I feel like you were the only one that felt that.
Thank
so
you.
I was shocked that because I was shocked.
Yeah.
So sorry to cut you up, but
No,
I feel
no,
like
no.
you were the only one that felt that.
I
for,
just-
for the long term of it all.
Because
Did
she's
you
such
think
a
she
good
was gonna-
actress, and she
She
just
is a good actress.
like
Yeah.
I could see it in her eyes. I could see that she was planning these things in her. I don't know. I just thought it was.
Did
great.
you think she was going to be turn around?
Yes, I've been saying
Oh,
for
you have.
episodes
Yeah.
now that I think that they were gonna flip her and that Quentin is changing her mind on things, and they set it up. They set it up the way you set up a joke in the beginning. She said, "If they subpoena me, I will say it." Dude yells at her. She goes back, and by dude I mean Diaz.
Yeah.
Diaz yells at her. She goes
See,
back.
that's
She has
true. They
another
set it
chat
up.
with Quentin, and Quentin is like, "I'll tell you what, my Laurel wouldn't take this."
Yeah.
And she was like, leaves, comes back. I knew she wasn't. And then the whole scene, it was like her being super intense and looking at Quentin. Intense, Quentin, intense. And I was like, oh, she's totally not going to rat him out.
Yeah.
What
It
I
was-
wasn't expecting was her confrontation at the end, which I loved.
That was.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm sad, kind of.
That she
I'm
got.
upset.
You're sad that she got caught.
Yeah. Because
I
I,
mean,
just
It
felt
was
for her.
brave.
Yeah, I mean,
And what was that machine? I know that you guys said it was something, but like, where
It
did
was
Diaz?
a frequency disruptor. It had to have been.
that's what.
That's what they've been
Yeah.
using on them forever.
I mean, Batman
Yeah.
uses that kind
they
of
used.
stuff.
They
so I
had
just
one
figured
like
they
as a
had that,
collar.
yeah.
Remember?
Oh, they have the collar that.
They have like
Yeah.
like when I play Arkham Asylum,
like a
they have a
little
frequency thing.
frequency.
Yeah. So, but I love. Let's talk a little bit about just about her and Diaz. That again, we've kind of harped on that. Diaz doesn't feel threatening. Diaz doesn't feel mean.
What are you doing?
Diaz was so creepy.
Yeah.
To me, whenever he was holding her up against, like, that was the first time I got creeped out by
Yeah.
Diaz, right?
Yeah.
When he was like holding her neck up against the wall and everything.
Yeah, I hate him as the big bad. Still, I will say that.
Yeah,
all
I still
season
like
long.
him either.
I just don't like it. I don't buy it. He just is like a thug to me.
Yeah.
But I did think in that scene, it was creepy.
Yeah.
Like it was like something that he's done before.
I'm with you on that, Linda. I this whole season I've been like, oh, I don't like him, and I'm like, I'm not scared of him. He does nothing for me. And this episode, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what creeped me out even more than him? You know what creeped me out even more than him putting her against the wall?
Uh-huh.
It's when he calls her baby.
Yes.
Like threatening to kill her. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, I
that
don't
too.
like. I wrote that. I was like,
That
no.
too.
That's when I went, ooh, yeah.
Ugh,
But why didn't he just kill her right then and there?
Baby.
You know?
no.
Like, why didn't he just do it? If he wanted to kill her, why
Because
didn't he kill her?
well, probably I imagine now, don't you feel like that
He's using
not
her
a
as
dumb guy.
bait.
He probably thinks that Quentin, like her, have this bond, and he wants to use her to get to them in some way.
Yeah.
Again, they set that up because he said to her, "You better be a better actor on that
The stand.
on the stand than you have been with me. You think I can't tell?"
Mm-hmm.
So he's already been catching on to the fact that she's had a change of heart for a while now.
Yeah.
Man, it would have been cool if she just blew in his ear and killed him. That would have been awesome.
That would have been really
I
good.
would have been, and I would have been so fine with it happening in this episode
Yeah,
too.
same.
Like,
I'd been like, all right, bye.
I would have been fine with that. And
Bye,
then if
Felicia.
she was like, you know what, I killed him and I could be good, but screw it, I'm gonna be bad and take the town now. That would have been, I would have been like,
that would have
That's
been
what you.
amazing
That's what
twist.
you've
Amazing.
wanted
That's
since
what
the
I
beginning.
wanted.
You've wanted her to be like
Yeah.
the big bad.
I want to see
No.
the entrance of the quadrant because that woman that we saw last week, right?
quadrant.
Oh, they look good. That
Yeah.
woman alone, her performance, those 2 minutes in the car, I was
don't
like,
know.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm sold. Sign me up.
you know what else I want?
Take me to the Lazarus pit. What do you want?
Say it. Say it.
I want people to leave an iTunes review, y'all. I do. I just want y'all, if you like this show, if you listen to the show on your podcast app, whether it's iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play, or I don't know your life, however you listen, will you leave us a review on
Yeah.
iTunes? Just put 5 stars and just don't say baby because it's going to creep
All of
Carolina
us
out.
out.
Yes.
No.
But
Just say Matt Chill.
just
Yeah.
say, yeah,
Yes.
whatever. Just say, we love this show. That's a good thing.
That's a good one.
And then tell a friend about it. Tell a friend. Sharing is caring. Not sharing is hateful.
If you really
And
must, you could always say
selfish.
hashtag Matt Chill Baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's still creepy. Just
That's-
don't say baby at all. Okay, so I think we pretty much covered. I mean, yeah, this was a good. They did a good job overall. I think of. There's still a lot of characters in Arrow right now,
Yeah.
and they actually, as I'm thinking back through it now, they were actually able to integrate every character. Although, you know what I just realized?
Everybody had a good storyline.
What happened to Curtis's boyfriend?
They broke up.
They did.
They did?
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
For what?
Oh,
and
you
when?
mean the new one, the cop?
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
one. What happened to that guy?
Hasn't he been putting it on the back burner because he's been so stressed out with the whole he's a cop and hates vigilante storyline?
But
Because
they
that was
didn't
No,
say
because he came out and said that he wasn't mad about it.
Yeah, he didn't-
Remember they
he
had that
didn't care.
conversation. He
Yeah.
was like, I don't care
Whether
that you're a
you're
vigilante. But I guess it's just
Stop
it doesn't
doing that.
say
We
at
do
the
it like
same
all the
time.
That
time.
you do all the time. It's because you're in sync.
Yeah, it's weird.
Good week for NSYNC.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
they got a star.
Oh,
right?
and then whatever happened to the FBI agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the FBI
saw
agent
her
and
in,
his boyfriend. That's because I kind of,
Randoms.
yeah, I don't know.
Like,
We're
why
gonna
was
see
that?
her again because
I
I
think
saw
we're
a
gonna see-
promo.
Oh, you
Do you
did?
think
Yeah.
Diaz
What
is
was-
I think
holding
we're
on
gonna
to
see
them?
both
Just the
And that's why
image-
they've been gone?
I think there's something. Yeah. What was that for?
Because
Well,
I had
that
a
was
good
a
idea.
mistake.
It wasn't me. Oh, it wasn't me for once. Oh boy, you know what? If I worked in the booth, it just would be lights out right now. You wouldn't
Yeah.
even see
I
anybody.
had a
So
moment where I was like, wow, Anthony really is on board with
yeah,
my
Anthony's like he
idea.
loves. Anthony has a really hard job. And you guys, he's been working all day.
All
Let's
day.
give a hand for Anthony in the booth. We love him.
I love you, Anthony.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Yay. Oh, that's good. Applause.
Yeah,
I love
same.
it.
Lisa
Everybody
said
says she'll be back.
She'll be back. We saw in photos and stills that she's going to be back.
Carolina, I
Can't
think you're
wait.
right though too. I think Diaz still has his hand in that boyfriend.
Yeah.
You
That-
know what I meant. I think
Phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing.
Phrasing.
I think though. I think you're right. I think that the boyfriend is still not good. I think he's bad.
Killed Linda.
I think that he's got a hand in it and they're doing a job on something. I think, no.
Stop it.
I'm done with it. Done.
I'm
Done.
kidding. Linda just threw the pen
Matt
at me.
Chill.
I sure did. I sure did.
Okay, so all right, so let's do a little bit of who's shouting out right now in our chat, and then we're going to talk about some news, everybody.
Olivia,
news is
after this
exciting.
episode, I think season finale means someone is going to die. Who do you think we're going to talk about that?
Yeah.
We
Actually,
are going to talk about
we
that.
know who's going to die.
What a
Yeah.
good, wow, Matt Shimlu. Thank you for just segueing us into AfterBuzz News.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
So, speaking of dying, we know who's gonna die
Yeah.
because, unfortunately for us and for everyone, I feel like it shouldn't have happened, but it was announced that Paul Blackthorne, aka Quentin, aka the mayor, is gonna leave.
We had a long text conversation
Yeah.
We did.
about it,
After this
everybody.
season.
So everyone posted about it. Here's the new article: Arrow star Paul Blackthorne to exit ahead of season 7. Yeah.
That's it. This is it.
So, I mean, now, do we know that he's going to die or not? We're just assuming he's going to die, but it just says exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's gonna die. I think that's what really
I think, yes.
what pushes Laurel over the edge to be good. Is my
Wasn't
opinion.
there a okay? So spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear it, run away. Come back in 30 seconds. I'm giving you a minute. Okay. So, Stephen Amell posted a photo and it was blacked out. Somebody was like on a stretcher or a
Yeah.
hospital bed behind him. To me, that's Paul Blackthorne dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that, I
Because
mean,
he even posted that he was sad about it. And then this news broke, and if you put them together, boom, that's like the big spoiler for the season, which is
Yeah.
really unfortunate. And
Well, yeah,
I
'cause
think
Stephen Amell tweeted
irresponsible.
about it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
really irresponsible of this reporter because you're destroying like a show's big finale.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
And Stephen
really
Amell
not
was
cool.
upset about it. But Paul Blackthorne did post this on Instagram.
Paul
you know,
Blackthorne is so handsome.
he looks so sad,
Very.
and he says, "Well, what a blast it's been, folks! Thanks to this amazing guy, Stephen Amell, and everyone else on Arrow for making it an experience I shall hold close to my heart forever."
And it
It's
has to
so
be sad
sweet.
because they're all day oneers. You know what I mean? Like,
he's been
I
there
mean,
since the beginning.
yeah, you should have let him have his moment. Like, however it was going to happen, it should have happened through the Arrow
Yeah.
show. That's in my opinion.
And then Ivan
I
says
agree with
that's
you.
why Sarah Lance is coming to the finale, and I agree. That's why I said in the chat. That's why Sarah's going to be back probably for the.
But here's the thing too: is like, look, they killed off Laurel and they brought her
that's what I'm
back,
saying.
and even Colton Hayes, he did go away for
Yeah.
a longer period
no
than
one's
I would have
dead,
ever
and-
liked.
And no one's dead.
I hope that what happens is that we have half a season without Paul Blackthorne, or maybe a season, unfortunately, and then he returns into the fold as another version of himself because we have infinite Earths to pull from. Okay.
Yeah, we do.
We do. And you know, actually, this isn't too much, but it's just Stephen Hawking, the scientist who died like several months ago, his
Yeah.
last paper talked about how, like, giving explanations of proof that we actually do live in a multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, like, so interesting when science fiction and science combine. But I think it would be super cool. Paul Blackthorne, let him have a vacation for a year or something. Laurel, Black Siren Laurel becomes nicer, whatever, and then her dad comes back and he's a jerk.
Yeah.
No.
Paul Blackthorne's
Yeah.
like horrible and just like
No.
drags her
He's probably
down
the
and then he
big bad.
kills her.
What?
Oh my
I'm kidding,
God.
I'm
Okay, you're
kidding.
going too
Okay.
far. No
This is
killing.
not.
Does
Okay.
Matt get a
this
Matt
Okay.
chill for that? Because
Okay.
that was
I'm
like
gonna-
way
I need a Matt
all the
chill.
way out there.
Oh,
Hello.
exclamation point.
And then he'll go, baby. No,
You
okay,
know,
too
not
much.
the
All
one that
right.
does the creepy
All right.
thing.
Yeah,
All right.
you lost all of us.
yeah.
You're on your own island right
Seriously,
Okay,
there's a
let's
wall
go.
here.
Someone save me and just roll the prediction sound clip so we can just help me out here.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, who wants to go?
We didn't do our bullseye
first?
of the week.
We're gonna, we'll do predictions and oh yeah, we're a bullseye of the
Yeah.
week too.
Yeah.
We'll switch it. We'll do predictions. We have time.
Yeah,
we'll
we
do a
have time.
bullseye too.
Okay.
Prediction. Okay, who's gonna go? I'll go.
Go.
Okay, my prediction is let's stick to. I'm gonna do a rule because no, let's not talk about. Let's just talk about prediction for next episode.
Okay,
Not
Okay,
the whole
next
season.
episode. Okay.
Not next season.
Okay.
So for next episode, I think. I actually think probably. I don't even think it's going to be last episode. I think next episode was when Paul Blackthorne's going to die because we got 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see him die and then
Yeah.
the aftermath after it. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
I agree
Ooh.
with you because the big bad has to be the season finale, right?
Yeah.
Getting rid of him
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and because he's a day oneer,
Yeah.
they have to
Give him
have
his due.
one episode that's about him. And unfortunately, whether he dies or something happens to him. I think that it's going to be in conjunction with Black Siren. Like, you know how Diaz said, "Oh, I'm going to kill everyone that's close
to you."
Yeah, I think it's going to be that.
Oh no.
So that's my prediction.
So
Carolina?
my prediction, because we saw in the preview that there's going to be a whole lot of action. Probably won't come true because I'm just not this lucky, but I think that Renee is going to die saving his daughter, so it's going to be beautiful and valiant, but his story is coming to a close.
She just really wants to
I would love to die so bad.
I don't think that's happening.
So bad.
I know, I said I don't, yeah.
You know what? I hope that for you.
Yeah.
I like you. You need it. You need this, Carolina. You need a win. Yes, you need the win.
You knew that for you, man.
Olivia deBortoli, what is your prediction?
My prediction is that we see Sarah and that Paul Blackthorne, I think Quentin sees Sarah before he dies. And that he gets that moment of like seeing her and being happy that she's there and then dies.
That's gonna
Oh my
make me
God, that
sad.
made me teary just
Yeah.
when you said
I
it.
hope he sees her. I do. I hope he sees her before he dies because that would make him so
It's gonna be
happy.
so rough.
It's going to be real sad. Are there any predictions in here? Oh, I think Black Magic says, I think Black Siren is going to turn good, but leave to figure stuff out like Killer Frost from last season on Flash.
Sounds about right.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, girl.
All right. So let's talk about our bullseye of the week.
We don't have a sound
yeah, we
effect
need
for
a
that.
I keep
bullseye
needing to
sound.
get a bullseye sound and I
Totally.
forget.
Yeah, I
y'all.
need that.
Oh, Linda's ready. She's got
Linda,
the notes.
go.
What is your bullseye of the week?
My bullseye is from Felicity, and it is, we didn't exchange vows, but if we did, exchange means go both ways.
Oh, that was a good one.
Romance.
That was a good one. All right.
Romance.
Carolina, what is your bullseye?
So originally, actually, my bullseye was going to be part of that conversation between Oliver and Felicity because I love them so much. But Laurel is bringing home my bullseye of the week with no, I'm smart enough to know there's nowhere that I can run where you can't find me.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was like taking back the power.
Yeah.
She
She
loved
took her
it.
power. I was like,
loved
oh,
it.
Yeah.
bye, Felicity, I love you, but this
Yeah.
is so good. This was the episode.
good.
It was about Team Arrow taking back their power.
Yeah. I want you to go next, but I'm afraid yours is going to be better than mine.
You can go.
Okay, thanks. So my bullseye of the week is, this is probably going to be odd, but I really loved the scene with Oliver and the attorney where he has to tell the attorney that he's the Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a great scene for Stephen Amell. Like, I could see on his face that he didn't want to tell the attorney this, but he also knew he was
Other
was
options.
desperate
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
needed the help, and then when she says, you know, well, we can do this and that, and he explains to her, I know we've said it before, but he's been very like, I have to be protective, you
Yeah.
know. But this is the first time we now that we see Oliver has to keep his identity secret because he literally has a family now.
Yeah.
He's a married man. He has a child. It's very different than why he's wanted to keep his identity secret before. And I just love that scene.
Yeah, I thought it was
right.
good. Good one.
What was your bullseye?
My bullseye is actually a random one, but it was Raisa. Because, you know, the housekeeper knows everything. And you could tell she was like, oh, she was like, she knew that he was the Green
Yeah.
Arrow. She was like, is he going to go to jail? Yes. I was like, oh, that's fine.
I'm glad that was better than mine. So I'm
No,
glad
her line was amazing when she was like, Miss Felicity, I think we both know better than that.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. I couldn't think of it.
Super,
But yeah, I was
yeah.
like,
Good actress. That
man,
just-
Raisa.
The little bit of lines, she's great.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. I'm pretty proud of myself because we have a little timer and I'm ending right on. I usually go over it. I'm really proud of
crushing
that.
it.
Yeah.
So hey, everybody, let's sign out of this show. Let's say goodbye. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Hi guys, Linda Antwi. I was like, apparently I'm starting. I see you looking over here. Linda Antwi. You can find me all across social media at Linda So Girly. Reach out to us because we love hearing from you.
Hey guys, Carolina Bonetti. You can find me on Twitter at Carolina Bonetti and Instagram at LenaBean113. So let's talk about the mutant debate.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes,
You can
yes.
finish the chat there.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
guys, I'm Olivia deBortoli at Olivia deBortoli on Twitter and Instagram. We'll continue this whole chat. I see you guys going off in the chat, so we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we always talk to y'all every week, and I'm Matt Marr. You can find me at the Matt Marr or mattmarr.tv. You can find my other podcasts, Riverdale and Advice Podcast. we're all here next week, right?
Yep.
Because it looks like an action-packed episode.
2 more episodes.
I mean, it's going to be really hard for me not to cuss next week because stuff is going down, and I don't want to say stuff. So you better be here because we're going to be here, and we're going to be so stoked, and we can't wait to see all of y'all. So we will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bum, bum, bum.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.